How's it going, everybody? Just wanted to jump on real quick and share my experience last night. As it's too much to type out. Hope you can hear me. But anyways, last night, as you can see by my title here, my E.T. encounters. So basically, last night I had a dream. I use the word dream loosely. I prefer out of travels, astral travel, whatever. Anyways, it started out. It was nighttime. I was somewhere, and there were UFOs in the sky. And one of the UFOs landed. This is a summary. It's not going to be in great detail. I can't remember all the details. Hi, Beth. Yeah, this just now went live. This wasn't scheduled or anything. I just want to get this out there. So anyway, one of the UFOs landed, and these little beings came out. They were short, stubby little things, maybe 3 or 4 feet tall. They came up to my waistline, and they wanted me to go with them. It was me and somebody else. I don't know. I can't remember who else was there with me, but we didn't want to go with them. They were trying to push her to go with them. I remember saying I wasn't ready. I didn't feel comfortable. I just wanted to get out of there. It's like they were trying to pull me, onto the ship. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to. So anyways, I got away. We went in the house. I don't remember the details between that point and the next point, but in the house, there were these tall grays. I say tall because they're about my height, but in the dream, I don't know how tall I was. If I was assuming I'm a normal height, it might have been about 6 feet tall. But I was comfortable with these guys. The vibe they gave off was good. I felt at ease with these guys. And just giving you a short version, basically, they kind of told me, the bad ones couldn't get to us because they had some sort of a force field that kept them out. It was a clear shield, so the bad guys approached it, but they wouldn't go through it because they couldn't. But I remember one of them was going to try to, and it looked like he was going to walk through it, but I guess the leader or the head one, whatever, told him not to, so they backed off, and they kind of went back into their own ship through that shield or portal, whatever they were using. And from that, we had to talk, or we communicated with the tall grays. I'm gonna call them the good guys. And I was trying to tell them I wasn't good at using the telepathy yet, so I was just talking verbally, and they were talking back normally. I think, at least, I don't remember or perceiving how we communicated directly, but we were talking in other words. And I remember I was explaining to one of my traumas. Long story short, I am divorced. I still dream about my ex all the time, and the dreams were back together again. And I was telling this gray, how much it, tore me up that I haven't seen her since 2012. We must be divorced. That was it. But since I wasn't able to talk about it, he basically put his arm on me, and he was able to see all of that through some sort of telepathy, I guess. And he was showing me how it affected me. And fast forward, we're inside this like enclosed energy field. It's like really heavy, dense energy, like it was charging us. And within the energy field, we were able to levitate and control how we kind of, could fly or levitate almost. But at one point, I was able to sit, in the lotus position, Indian style, if you want to call it that, while levitating. It was pretty cool. Fast forward again, we're being chased by a group of the bad guys. We get away. We're either on or another, because we were out, and I could see all these huge buildings, and they were like this green or jade colored, buildings, and I perceived that as their living quarters or like an apartment or something. Anyways, I thought it was pretty cool too. And there was one point while in the dream, I fell asleep. And while I was in the dream, I was looking around. I'm like, get me out here, wake me up, get me up here, whatever. And I woke up back in that dream, and they were telling me that was in the Matrix, kind of how they described it, that the dream world wasn't real, this was real. And I perceive this world as a dream too. And it's getting fuzzy now because it was last night, but the dream lasted pretty much all night. There was one point where I woke up, went to the bathroom, came back to bed, and it picked right back up where I left off again. And that's about all I can really remember. I know I should have wrote it down. I'm getting out of the habit of writing down my dreams, especially these kinds, but it was bizarre. I mean, two groups, one's good, one's bad. The bad ones, I don't know what their intent was, what they wanted with me, but thankfully the good ones came along and kept me safe from them. I was just wondering, has anybody else ever even dreamed something like that or have any similar encounters? It's not the first time I've encountered the tall grays. The first time that I can remember, it was a similar thing actually. In that dream, this was years ago. I saw a UFO and it was coming towards me, and these beings were approaching me, and I was telling them, get back, or I'm going to defend myself, and they went away. But at another point, I was inside their ship, I guess, and it was like a museum. And it was tall grays again. They were as tall as me, and this was years ago. And they were asking me if I knew where the Messiah sword was. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. What is that? All they had was the sheath or the holder, a dagger-sized holder that I guess it went into, but they called it the Messiah sword. I guess they wanted it as part of their exhibit or to put in a museum or whatever, but I don't know if that's the same ones I encountered last night or not. But let me know. Have you ever dreamed anything like that? Seeing aliens? I mean, they look like your stereotypical tall, skinny, big black eyes, gray colored grays. I mean, they look just like you'd see in your TV shows, whatnot. But they it looked real to me, of course, in the dream. But I don't know if that's how they actually look or how I was perceiving them in the dream world or whatever. But I've heard, I even talked to my buddy about it, my co-host Josh, and he was saying when you dream about these entities, usually it's an actual encounter, which I do believe. I don't believe it was a dream. I believe I was astrally visiting and communicating, and they were trying to tell me or teach me, show me how things worked, or kind of give me some truth, which inspired me to get more into the C5, which is a Dr. Stephen Group project. He created it. And you basically get in a group using meditation. You expand your consciousness and you attract these beings, and people actually encounter seeing UFOs or other types of entities that will show up in pictures and whatnot. So I'm gonna try getting more into that, but I'm trying to form a group, and it works better in numbers, I guess. Oh, if only you knew, Beth. This is kind of my normal dream, kind of actually. I mean, this one's even for me, it's up there, but every night I dream like this. I've encountered ascended masters, I've encountered deities, I've seen Buddha, I've experienced Kuan Yin, I've seen, I forget his name, but it's a Hindu god that can change into a bird. I've encountered him, and I've even encountered more. I'm not going to get into detail here, but ever since I was a kid, I've dreamed this kind of stuff in such detail that when I wake up, I'm exhausted because I didn't get any sleep. Even though physically I did, mentally or whatever I didn't. I was out and about. Even tonight, I don't know what's going to happen when I go to bed. And this is me completely sober, not doing any psychedelics or any kind of drugs. I can't even imagine what I would experience if I did something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there and get some feedback. Let me know. Has anybody else even heard of anybody having experiences like that? I mean, I've even encountered, I don't know how to describe it, skyscraper tall devil guy trying to get everybody. That's another story. But anyways, I just wanted to keep that short and sweet. I'm gonna put this on YouTube. That way people can see it and hopefully give me some similar experiences that they've had like that. And I'll keep you posted if I have any other experiences like that. And thanks again, Beth, for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. I'll catch you next time. and our next live stream with Josh. I might do some other videos before then. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and sweet dreams.